Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
We usually take roads to get to places, but there's an area in the western part of the state where the road is the destination. Rob Holliday has the story from Graham County.
Winding through a section of the state known as God's country is a stretch of road that's heaven for anyone who rides a motorcycle. In an area far enough off the beaten path to justify a GPS, RPMs rule the world. This road near the Tennessee-North Carolina border, about 2 hours west of Asheville, shows up on a map as U.S. Highway 129, but it's got a much more awe-inspiring alias.
I don't know where you can find any road like it. It's 11 miles, 318 curves.
If you're doing the math at home, that's about 29 curves per mile, enough to probably make the Dragon the curve capital of the United States.
You can't keep counting after about 10. You'll lose count. You're going so fast through there.
On Hondas and Harleys, customized and otherwise, thousands upon thousands of riders throttle toward this motorcycle mecca each year. Just as varied as the makes of their machines are the license plates on the back.
Met people from Scotland and all over the country. A lot of people from Canada.
Gary Kugler and his wife Ruthie are from just south of there. The Minnesotans loved their first drive through the Dragon in a car so much they brought the bike for a return visit.
Oh, it's just wonderful. It's really fun on a motorcycle. That's kind of what you look for, is roads like this.
Because in a world where straightaways are supreme, there's nothing like a chance to lean left and roll right hundreds of times in a matter of minutes.
There's nothing back home compares to this route. Nothing.
Those who ride the Dragon a lot say each direction of travel brings a different experience. It has plenty of curves, but for a mountain road, a surprising few elevation changes.
No two curves are alike, and it's not really switchbacks. It's just kind of a flow you get into when you ride it. There's no intersecting roads, there's no houses, there's no driveways.
The pavement's really, really good. It's more technical than most roads. Very tight. Some people joke you can see your taillights sometimes when you go through a turn.
If you want to truly see your taillights, and the rest of your bike for that matter, in action, there are several photographers who snap a pic as you cruise through the curves. You can buy the pictures online. Plain and simple, many riders say it's a chance to just ride without having to worry as much about traffic. But the Dragon is a U.S. highway, and there are cars in the mix too, and a few folks who find themselves on the road by accident.
It's like this another 5 miles. There are quite a few crashes. For the most part, they're 20, 30 mile an hour crashes, and people pick up their bikes and leave.
And when they do, many of them wind up at the beginning of the Dragon at a place called Deal's Gap, mounting their mangled mirrors and fractured fairings to the Tree of Shame. But if you're looking for a place to crash in the positive way, there are several places to stay. There's the Deal's Gap Motorcycle Resort and lodging in nearby Robbinsville, not to mention the Topoco Lodge.
It was built in 1930 by Alcoa, the aluminum company.
And well appointed nearly 80 years later, with a restaurant and a Dragon-themed gift shop and dozens of rooms.
We have 28 with private baths and 4 that share a bathroom. Cabins, there are 18 rooms within the cabins.
The Dragon has made this part of Graham County plenty famous, but it also has another claim to fame, and you'll roll right by it about a mile off the Dragon on Highway 129.
Get out on your knees!
Even without Harrison Ford diving hundreds of feet into raging water, the Chiowa Dam is still plenty exciting to check out.
So if you come out to this motorcycle paradise and find yourself stuck in a set of 4 wheels or none at all, you could always rent a bike to tame the Dragon and tackle the Cherahela Skyway.
The Thunder Mountain General Store on Highway 143 is one place to borrow a bike. We used ours to check out the Cherahela Skyway. It doesn't have as many curves as the Dragon, but what the Cherahela lacks in switchbacks, it more than makes up for in scenery. There's a loop route that includes both the Dragon and the Cherahela. It takes about 3 hours to complete. The Dragon is best known for motorcyclists, but it also welcomes groups of car enthusiasts all year.
We've got the Mustang groups, we've got the Miata groups, we've got the Mini Cooper groups, the Corvettes.
Graham County Manager Lynn Cody says all the visitors to the Dragon on 2 wheels and 4 are a major boost to the economy.
The impact for 1 year was a little over $24 million. Graham County only has one major industry, which is Stanley Furniture Company, and the rest of the population is based on tourism.
Something that local business owners have certainly noticed. They say much of the tourism spending is coming from visiting motorcyclists. That's the case at the Topoko Lodge.
It's probably at least 80%. It just took off. People have known about this road for years and years, but there wasn't any way to get the word out.
That changed in the 1990s when Rider magazine did a feature on the Dragon. Ron Johnson began taleofthedragon.com a few years later.
We have 1.5 million hits a year. When we first started our business up here in 2000, we saw maybe, on a big weekend, a couple hundred bikes come through. And now on a big weekend, we'll see maybe 20,000 bikes.
Not bad for a county that's not exactly on the way to anything.
We only have 2 major highways coming into Graham County. You have to come to Graham County for a reason.
Now that one of those major highways is becoming world famous, one purpose is becoming plenty popular.
People who live near the Dragon say the road is sometimes used to film car commercials and also test prototype cars before they hit the showrooms.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.